Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, man. It's Hooptalk, the podcast. It's your boy Hooptalk Nas, and I got Hooptalk Tyler right there with me. Hooptalk Pluto will not be joining us today. He has some home issues that he's resolving right now, and he's gonna take the day off. So, luckily for him, though, we have a very stacked roster today. We have some special guests, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. The names are gonna come up today. I'm gonna actually have to edit today because there's gonna be Pluto's name coming up randomly on the screen. So unfortunately, he just made me have to do extra work. Because if I edit today, that means I gotta edit it again next week to put his name back on there. So man, Pluto, when you see this,
Or
fuck you.
don't put
All
our
right.
names. Just don't put our names.
I
Save
still have to
myself
take
the
it off
trouble.
though. That's the thing. So that's still editing in my book at the end of the day. So I'll go back again just to make sure Pluto heard me because Tyler interrupted me there. Fuck you. All right. No, I'm just kidding. But we got, ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated champs loading. It's not yet, but undefeated champs loading. NWO from GM5 will be joining us today. We have a bunch of players and as well as Coach Burger joining us today. We don't know at what point every player is going to join, but we sent the invite out to everybody or as many players as we could get a hold of at least. And we'll see how many of them trickle in. I know Burger and CJ are going to be tuning in here in a moment. So, Tyler, you can feel free to go ahead and get that working, get them in here. We're going to start the podcast early with them on it. And we're going to start the conversation, man. We're going to do some recapping of GM5 playoff round one. We're going to talk about playoff round two. And we're going to talk to NWO about their season. Let them know or have them let us know, how they feel about the season, their ups and their downs, what are the positives that they've gone through, the negatives, all that good stuff. So we're going to take a brief second to make that work out here. As they come in, I also got to make sure I lower their volumes because people come in here with a very high volume and it drives me crazy. I always got to lower everybody's volume. But um, the first game up is going to be Vipers versus Park Legends, a uh, a game that was how can I say advertised as going to be very competitive and very close. I'll have to say that was false advertisement, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately for Park Legends, they never really seemed like they had an opportunity to win that game. 76-55 was the final score. Vipers advanced to the second round. Uh, Most of you who are watching this probably already have discovered who NWO has selected as their second round matchup. Um, but we're gonna have them say it on the podcast. We're not gonna reveal it ourselves. We're gonna ask them ourselves, and we're gonna let them reveal it for anybody who hasn't been tuned in. Is
I'm
there any
gonna
issues
be
with the?
honest. They're getting it now. CJ just messaged. I'm gonna be honest. There was never a time where I felt like that game was gonna be close, leading up to it, or during that game, or at any point. I'm gonna be just fully transparent. I think the Vipers are a very hard team to deal with, unless you have like a very disciplined group of guys because any mistake, any bad possession, any shot you take that goes up, they're going to be running in transition immediately, and they are fast as hell. So you have to take very consistently good shots. You have to get back in transition very quick, and you kind of have to have the speed to deal with Zildo and Zay. And I mean, Zildo might be one of the fastest people, if not the fastest person in the league, realistically.
Yeah, I think it was
So
gonna be a tough game for them to keep up. I will say there was areas where I thought they had an advantage, or not an advantage, but had the ability to match up. But unfortunately, I mean Don Douglas was in there. That's a big piece. That's a big scoring piece. Now, you always have to ask yourself: is adding a big piece like that going to help or not? Because no matter how good a player is, you just never really know how much somebody can get it going. You know what I mean? For example, Ish Muhammad, he had himself the best game he's ever had in the season. You know what I mean? And luckily for them, it came in the playoffs. Unluckily for them, nobody else could say the same. It was only Ish. Christian had trouble, and realistically, I mean, that's really where it kind of stops for Park Legends. Like everybody else is kind of just an X factor. You know what I mean? They might get it going, they might not get it going. You never really know. So like once Vipers went out there and kind of you know put themselves in a position to eliminate Christian from the equation, I mean, I think that's it, done deal. That was the end of the game. And I think Christian had I don't he made some more shots in the second half than he did in the first half, but I'd be surprised if he even hit 12 points. You know what I mean? I'd be surprised if he hit 10, personally.
They didn't do anything to make it easier for him, bro. He's catching the ball at the half. He's kept or at the half. Sorry, catching it at half court. Like I'm absolutely certain Christian knows how to handle the ball, and he's done it before. But you're expecting him with like a defense that's kind of built to defend him to be able to catch it so deep. Hey, we have our guest. Welcome, DJ and Berga. I'll
Yeah,
let you do the introductions, Nas.
We got two parts,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, of NWO squad right here. We got Coach Burger and CJ, aka Mr. President, aka Most Improved Player.
Okay,
Listen,
okay.
I've been vouching for it since the beginning of the season, man. CJ for president, man. I'll vote if you put your name in the ballot. I'll vote. But
Listen, I'm gonna give him an MVP vote.
shout out to you guys.
MVP
Did you
vote.
guys get a chance? I know you guys stopped by for the games. I saw your whole squad up there. Did you guys get a chance to peep the Vipers versus Park Legends game?
we caught the
Nah,
end of it,
man.
but they was already losing by 20 when we got there, so it was kind of like,
What were your
That's
thoughts
probably
of
the
that
second quarter then.
going into that game? What were your thoughts? Did you think Park Legends had the ability to pull it off, or you think it was a clear shot for
honestly,
Vipers?
with Dom, not with Dom, that would have been different totally.
Yeah.
That's what the big difference was. They didn't have Dom, and at that point, it was kind of freestyle, and they didn't get Billy. Bouncer Bro was supposed to be with them too, so I don't know what happened with that, but for a team, definitely not a blowout.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be
Hey,
available until the
he
second
just said
round.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not having a full team
Oh,
makes a big impact.
it does.
Yeah.
thanks.
I mean, shoot,
But the
it didn't.
Vipers also didn't have a full team. To be
Yeah,
fair.
but come on, stop it.
They missing players and Part Legend missing players. A big difference.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, they were
I'm just saying.
they were missing what Greg said Remy, who played two or three games with them.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a player who's you tell me that it wouldn't have been worse for Park Leibniz if he was there.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly. That's a good way of putting it. It would have been worse. Exactly, it would have been worse.
The loss is a loss.
Yeah, what?
yeah.
Enjoying
Yeah,
that part Legends pack.
I. Yeah, I never really anticipated. I think it would be interesting to see because I know Dom is a player who you can game plan for him as much as you want, but like he's gonna get his for the most part. I think Park Legends
Yeah.
just struggles with finding other pieces, and I kind of agree with Berger because if hypothetically Dom does his job, it does free up how much they can focus on Christian. You know what I mean? And if that results in Christian making more shots and Ish still has the same game he had, yeah, I kind of do agree that it can make a difference. But there's also the perspective that low key, if Dom's there, does Ish still have a good game? Does he get those shots? Does he get the ball in his hands that often? That's a question to answer there.
Because Ish
Yeah.
was on fire. Ish was untouchable. Like that was the first night where I watched Ish and he it looked like he was comfortable playing consistently. Like he was comfortable taking the shots. He wasn't second guessing things. His floater always looked nice.
Yeah, he was hitting the floater. He was hitting
Ish can
threes.
go. I
Look like
seen Ish
a
hit 40 Monday.
You
Where?
saw Ish hit 40 on Saturday too, probably.
No, he didn't
Same
have
here.
40.
Damn, so yeah, I told TP, I say Monday at Econ, the man looked like somebody I never seen before. Like, I had to really go talk to him, ask him, like, what the deal is. I said, I know you can play, but see you score 40 and he missed maybe like two shots, like volleyball line threes. Like, he was just playing, like, so I never seen him play like that before. Fuck me up.
After that game, I believe it because that's how he was playing.
Yeah,
Bro,
That's
watch.
the
pull up threes.
the
Go
power of being comfortable when
Yeah,
playing basketball. The power of being comfortable, man. It's serious, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
real
watch
shit.
watch the game whenever you get a chance. Vipers versus Park Legends. Ish was definitely different than he's been the whole season. He's looked like
He's
a
looking like Ish Smith.
he looked like the top guard that we were promised. You know what I mean? People told us that he was supposed to be a top guard in this league, and that never really happened. But it happened on Saturday, that's for sure. But Park Legends just didn't have enough. Um, but then moving on to the next game, Prey versus Count Up. Listen, I know you guys are gonna watch this. I don't know if I'm gonna have the footage by the time you guys watch this. Hopefully, I do, but I'm waiting for it. I apologize. We had some technical issues, so we missed like the first 5 or 6 minutes of the first quarter, but we got the majority of the game. You know what I mean? It was 16-6, I believe, when the camera started recording. So I apologize for that. Hopefully, I have the footage by the time this podcast episode comes out. But regardless, Count Up took that 74-63. Um,
But can
they
we agree that for Legends, they could have won that game. Prey really could have won that game from 20 points to a 5-point deficit, and it just blew up.
You think
There
Prey
was
could have
dumb
won?
shots.
Yeah, Prey brought it back to 5 points,
Yeah.
but the subs was fucked up at the end, and that's what the problem was. But to come back from 20 points to 5 points, in my mind, y'all got the momentum and everything in y'all favor. Y'all win that game.
Bro, there was a point where it was like 6 or 7 possessions straight back to back where they didn't even get an opportunity to take a shot because they just kept turning the ball over. And
Yeah.
that killed them because every time Count Up came down, they scored in transition.
But did you notice that Lou didn't play either the whole fourth quarter and piece of the third, or maybe the whole second half he didn't play?
It happens a lot, and Lou was playing very well. But
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I think they could have definitely still pulled it together. But at the end, there was a lot of bad decisions being made. I think I'm sure we all whoever was there saw Jaylani had a bit of an outburst there. He wasn't happy with some of the decision making that his teammates were doing, and he ended up giving them a tech. I don't remember what the score was at that point, but I feel like there was enough time on the clock to where
Two
you could have,
possessions.
huh?
It was still 2 possessions with the tag. It
Yeah,
wasn't bad at that point.
Yeah, I think he definitely got overheated there, and I understand his frustration at the end of the day, but I think these basketball players, man, they gotta understand how to hold it in a little bit longer. Because when the game's that close, like if you're down 20, you're down 30, then listen, at that point it's like fuck it, whatever, we're gonna lose this game anyway. But you're down 2 or 3 possessions. Obviously, your teammate made a bad decision. I think we could all know that. I know we know that. You know what I mean? He tried to dribble in between 2 defenders, 3 defenders, got ripped. We get it. It's frustrating, but we got to move on to the next play. We have the opportunity to win this game, and I think Jaylani's outburst was a big catalyst as to why that momentum just died. After that, Prey weren't getting a bucket. They didn't have their point guard
But
out there
honestly, though,
anymore.
I felt like if they would have subbed him out previous to that, that wouldn't even had a chance to happen because I was telling Pat, everybody on the floor need to come out from fighting from 15 points. Like they need a 2-minute refresher. And being that you sub nobody, that's why the frustration comes. Once you don't have no oxygen, brain cut off.
That part.
So
That shit real.
our team do it all the time too. You know what I'm talking about, CJ? It happened with a few of our players when you get tired and you get a stupid turnover, a stupid foul, and now they blaming somebody. You let them sit down and think about it like, damn, you're right, that was my fault. Everybody needs some. If you're playing hard enough, nobody should play the whole game. No matter who it is, a star player, role player. If you're really playing every possession the way it needs to be played, everybody needs a sub.
But that's why it's the playoffs, man. Playoffs, you have all your players, and then you get the subs, and then do your thing. Trust your teammates, bro. Trust your teammates. Get the job done
they weren't
together.
doing that. They were not doing that though. It
Yeah.
was hero ball. It was bad
Lord.
dribbling. It was bad passive, and they finally tried to. It was bad.
Tommy Dennis has joined
Uncle
us, ladies
Tommy.
and gentlemen. Shout out to Tommy.
Jeremy,
Third piece of NWO. Hopefully the rest.
NWO, Undefeated Champs Loading.
Yes, Lord.
Hey, it's J Ball.
That's funny. I heard him in the background. J-Ball's crazy. But yeah, I agree 100%. I think Prey definitely had the ability to win that game. I think this should have been the closest game. But at the end, it just got out of hand there, and it went unfortunate. I don't know if anybody really stood out when I was trying to do. Every time I do the graphic for the beginning, like that little preview I do, I always try to put the players that stood out the most in the week. And I couldn't really figure out. I don't think anybody really stood out in that game. I feel like everybody kind of just went out there, did what they're supposed to do. Nobody really had a better game than they're expected to have. And I don't know who I ended up with, but it was a good game by both teams. Is what I expected. I think both teams produced what you would want them to produce, and one team just got out of hand. That's how I would describe it.
They got to put Brendan Hubbard in.
Yeah, they benches, but must deep them.
Yeah, concussion protocol. That's what they got to put him on.
Now I have a question for you guys.
Full team. Everybody played. What's up, bro?
I have a question for you guys since you guys are you played against him last season and you played against him this season, regardless of what team you were on last season. Jeff Gene, I'm curious about him. What is with Jeff Gene? He looked like a star last season, a 25 point per game scorer any given night, and then this season he looks like damn near a role player. I'd argue he does. You know what I mean? Shout out to him for getting the All Star nod. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to him. But I'm gonna be up front with you. I didn't vote for him. I'm gonna just be up front. You know what I mean? It's what
Straight
what
up.
what is Jeff Gene like outside of GM5? You guys tell me. You probably have maybe seen him in other leagues. What is he
Honestly,
like
bro,
outside?
I done seen the man really go crazy, and I done seen him do some wild shit. But honestly, I think it's not being funny. I fuck with Pat, but I think it was the coaching staff and maybe certain players he had. Because you're right, they had him as a top 10 player last year. So when I first seen him on that slump, I asked him like, "You all right, bro? You hurt? Like, what's good?" Because they said you was a top 10 player in GM5, and right now you're not even the best person on your team. Like me personally, Andrew Granigan was the praised best player all year to me, my opinion.
Agree.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree.
It's a white boy
So
winner.
for somebody
I
that you
feel
put
like
in
he
the
just
top
didn't
10
get
That was
used.
category, you're not you say he was right. I mean, what you mean? If you're the best player, you make demands and you go get the ball.
So with Swift last season, it was really him and DJ. So it's like it was like he got to shine a lot more, so it looked different. You see what I'm saying? But like this season, he have other players around him that can go get a bucket. And then, like you said, between Pat lineups and the way they were using him, and like that's why it don't really get to show. And that's a problem with a lot of certain players in the league. Like they're great players in other leagues, but when they get to GM5, like you can't just play your normal game. You got to do what your team needs you to do to win. And I feel like that's a lot of people problem in the league.
But what really is the big difference, though? I mean, Prey and Swift is almost the same team. And if you look at Andrew Gronigan being on Prey this year, you could say the production that he was giving them this year is the same production Lou was giving them last year. Lou was a 15 point per game scorer last year. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, I don't know if there was anything that stood in his way because Lou wasn't that big of a producer this year, and Andrew Garnigan was. So really, all they did was offset each other from Swift to Prey. All they did was offset each other. You go what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying either one of them
But
is better or worse, but like, what really could have impacted Jeff Gene in that situation?
I just feel like the shot that Andrew get compared to the one that Lou get are different shots. Like Lou controlled the ball and get in the post and kick it out. Andrew doing a lot of catch and shoot shots and a lot of. I just feel like it was a lot more guards on the team this year to where it's like he's not getting the same touches. If you watch him with Swift last season, he was dominant. Like even though if they were losing, like he was the one on the team. So that's why he was a top 10 player last season. But he did not get the same touches this season. That's what I'm seeing from his end.
That part I like. I
But
think
you being a big dog, don't you demand?
But the fact that
Oh,
they
go
have a
ahead.
lot more guards this year, I think that does make sense to me for sure. Because you add Ladarius Lee, you add Jaylani halfway through the season, you add Andrew Gronigan, all guards who are going to always essentially need the ball in order to be productive. So I could see that. That's something that didn't cross my mind. I can understand that part.
But
And
he's
they
taking
added
like the
Pat
same
as
amount
a
of shots a
coach.
game. He's taking like close to 15 shots a game. It was 16 last season. So I mean the shot attempts are similar.
The amount of
It's
shots might
tough.
be similar, but it is possible that the type of shots that he's taking could be completely different. You know what I mean?
Are
Uh,
different. Right.
yeah.
He's hitting some threes last season. I don't know if he hit any threes
You
this
were
season.
doing it all last season. If you
Yeah.
watch, you were doing it
Yeah.
all.
He was tough, man. When I saw the roster, I was like, this roster has the potential of being a good team. And that was me operating under the assumption that Jeff Gene was going to go out there and once again be a top 10 player. But I think if anything, that had to be the thing that impacted Prey the most. Because in my opinion, you put Jeff Gene out there to score 20 to 25 points any given night, and Prey looks like a completely different team. Because now there's a threat on the floor. Now there's somebody that you got to pay attention to, that you got
I
to
had them
guard.
top four.
Yeah, it makes it easier for everybody. Even makes it easier for Jaylani. You know what I mean? To have a go to scorer like that on his team, and I think that's what Prey struggled with the most, and I think that's what they struggled with in this game. It's like count up. They put up points fast. They move the ball a lot. They're always chucking up threes, and if you don't have the offensive firepower to match that, you're just gonna lose the game.
Real shit.
Yeah, certain teams can't be a zone. That's wild.
Yeah, bro, for like 6, 7 weeks they couldn't break it. for the longest time.
This
City
guy.
Ballers.
Yeah. Hey, hey, I just realized what he said. I had a late ass reaction to that one. Hilarious, hilarious.
Hey, off subject though, real quick though. Is it true that y'all believe that CJ should have been an All Star this year? I just want y'all opinion.
Yeah.
I know y'all didn't control the whole voting, so I'm not. But I just want to know that. Don't you feel like we should have had 5 or 6 All Stars off our team, or am I wrong?
We should have been like the
Not
Atlanta
I know
Hawks.
that
5, but 4. I think Willie
4.
deserves it though. Willie got in, but if I had to vote, I would give the nod to one more person from NWO rather than the Vipers. Because you guys were undefeated.
Okay.
You guys didn't lose. So I think if you have 4, I think OTB they have 3 to 4. I think that's fair. You guys were 1 to 2 seed.
I would have said
But
3
okay.
guaranteed. Like if it was up to me to
Yeah.
decide who's going, 3 guaranteed, 4 debatably, 5 I don't know. I don't know about 5.
They
Well,
Nah.
CJ
always
had
been
my vote.
questions.
Well,
I will
AJ
say that.
Rod, Tommy CJ, no.
3
Tommy
3
wasn't on the voting originally.
Yeah, if it was
Yeah,
if it was up
but
to our decision, for me, guarantee would have been Tommy, CJ, and AJ. I mean, I'm sorry, Tommy, AJ, and Rod are the guarantees. CJ would have been my debatable, and then at 5, it's like you can talk about Bulb, you can talk about possibly somebody else, but I think Bulb is on that borderline. Like you do a great job, but like, were you an all star? You know what I mean? Like it's borderline.
Respect. I just want to ask y'all that because I know they said the voting was collective from a lot of different things, and I just wanted y'all input on that.
Tyler, can you help Bulb get in? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I did.
I definitely think there was a lot of names to choose. Now I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple choices that I was not a fan of. But I think if I had to choose them without voting, I think you guys end up with 4. I'm pretty sure. Because there I could easily think of 3, possibly 4 names on the top of my head that I don't think I would have selected as All Stars this year. Just off of
you
personal
said Brogy
preference.
from Count Up. What you said?
I didn't say
I didn't hear
nothing.
you.
I didn't say nothing.
I don't know.
Them words didn't come out of my mouth. Y'all make sure you
Yeah.
rewind that. Um,
TJ
I'm
for
a
MIP.
I did talk about it though. I gave my opinion on who I wanted to vote for a couple podcast episodes ago, and there was I think one team, possibly 2. There was one team for sure. I said I do not want to vote for anybody, and there was maybe I think a second team that
Yep.
I was considering saying that I don't want to vote for anybody. But I remember off the top of my head I don't remember who it was, but I know there was one team that I said for sure I'm not voting for anybody on this team. But that's a
It was
topic
Yeah,
for a
you were
different
talking about
day.
the records
no,
and
it's the
wins.
Lions.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't out of the Lions or the Dream Chasers or nothing like that. The Lions could have been one of them, but it was a different team that I'm thinking of. It might have been Prey. I don't know.
It definitely
I'll
wasn't.
go
It was
back at that
great.
point.
We need to add a top 25 list. We need you, Pluto, and Tyler top 25 list.
Yeah, I'm down for that. We'll
We
get
need that
together for
one day.
that.
Yeah. Flex
All
put out
right.
one, kind of biased, but we need one from y'all.
Yeah, I'm
Flex is
down for
really
that.
biased.
We'll get together and put that together. But the last game of the first round of the playoffs was OTB versus City Ballers. And that was another game that was advertised to us as potentially being a close game. And I didn't believe it. I'm not going to lie. I did not believe it. I actually did think OTB, regardless of the roster they showed up with, were going to run away with it. But I want to give City Ballers their flowers. I believe they played one of their best games. I think things kind of got away from them
Yep.
in the third quarter, a little bit in the fourth as well. But that first half, they played
they didn't
very good
stop.
basketball. What happened?
They didn't keep going
Fact,
to the. They
they were
didn't keep
supposed to win
going
that
to the
game.
whistle blew. They stopped. They stopped too soon.
Yeah, they played
Yeah.
very
They
good
stopped too
basketball.
soon.
Their ball movement was very good. It's something that we've criticized them before, getting the ball to the right spots, moving it, driving and kicking it, and they were doing a very good job this game. I think Phil was very under control. I think Kevin Rulock was getting the buckets that he needed to get. It was a good game by them, man. But OTB, they're just a tough team. They just play very smart basketball. They're not easy to beat, and I'm sure you guys know that it's not easy to come across a win against OTB. Not a lot of teams did it this year. Only 3 to be exact. So or 2, I apologize.
But what
Nah,
CJ
3. They
said
were
is
one of
right
them.
though.
They
Yeah,
were
3-3.
they
Yeah,
were
you're
one of
right.
them.
Yeah, it was 3.
They weren't. They stopped playing. Like they just kind of the effort just completely drained after halftime. They were attacking Terrell in the paint with Kevin Rulock, and I thought that was a great mismatch. And then the third quarter comes around and they just stop. You really don't see them getting into the
Yeah,
post again,
they
getting
could
back on
they still kept
defense.
doing that.
Yeah, they weren't even getting back on defense, and we had mentioned it on the broadcast like they were walking back. I don't know. There's
So
like some
Their
effort that they
subs was
just
terrible
stopped.
too though.
That Gatorade symbol came on.
I think the one thing that
Okay.
was City Ballers I think the one thing that was City Baller problem is the beginning of the season they started rough, but they had a coach. And then when they start winning, they lost their coach. I think Berger posted something about the coach or something. So they lost their coach. But then after that, they really needed a coach in that game. The first quarter they didn't do no subs. People were tired. They had Danny Moe sitting over there. Like they could have used some of their sub Will over there. They could have used
Ulo's
some of their
always
sub, but
sitting
they
there,
just
bro. He
that's what I'm
never
saying. They didn't.
plays.
If they really had a coach to other than like Phil and Marquita trying to just sub people, like they really had a coach over there. I wish they could have got it done. And that's the one different that you see with OTB, with NWO, with Vipers. Like other than the players, they have somebody that's watching, that's not playing, that's what I'm saying, giving instruction, telling people what to do. And I feel like that comes in handy a lot. That's a big part of it. Got to have a coach. The count ups, you know what I'm saying. The
What
good teams
happened
out
to
here
him?
got a coach. I
What
think
did he?
Berger posted something about the coach or something in the group chat, and then he didn't come no more. What happened, Berger? Talk to us.
Uh, Courtside was going live and somebody added somebody when they was making comments, and I don't know if it's not that, then maybe y'all got all that feel. But honestly, that was the big difference with their season. When you have somebody unbiased who that's on the sideline that don't want to play, most player coaches they're gonna do whatever they can to keep themselves on the floor, and that's hurting them.
Hmm.
Because they point guard, the dude Will, certain points of the game, he should have been in there with Kevin and Nick Choi. Even Nick Choi didn't get the playing time I felt that he should have had. And Millsap didn't show up. That hurt them also.
Keys with
Millsap
two
would have
for
showed up.
23
Oh my God, let me
in the
tell you
last
something.
two
After he
games,
shot them
and
first
he
10
came
shots,
out.
Ketis had to shoot 30 shots. And I think he might have hit 4 or 5. Like, that was crazy to me.
Oh,
It started off really
Because you got
good
to
too,
take him out.
though. It started off with Kiedis
Who
passing the
started up
ball, and we
good?
thought Kiedis no, like Kiedis was passing up shots at the beginning. Come on now, early in the game he wasn't passing up shots.
Hey,
The way
man,
they
Yeah, but
listen.
those are shots he
this
Them,
should
is
have took,
this is
Tyler.
the perspective
Those are
of Kiedis,
turnovers.
who's never seen a shot he doesn't like. There was a few that he
Facts.
passed out of. A
but when
few.
you, like, I fuck with Keita, right? But when you don't play defense and you shoot bad, that shit don't go together.
Be
You
on the
can't have
bench with
both.
T and shit.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you shooting bad,
recipe for
you don't want to
disaster.
pass, and you don't play defense, and y'all
That's
getting killed.
recipe.
Like, you got to put Will in the game. You got to put Dynamo. You got to put Nick Joy in the game. You can't have all that shit going on. It's a regular season. We can deal with it. We're going to let you get your rocks off. We're going to tweak it. But when and done, the best five got to be on the court.
Yep.
It was a 1 point game
Trying to
going
win.
into the fourth, man. Very winnable game for them.
They were leading for the first two quarters, almost.
Exactly.
Like majority of that second quarter, they had the lead as well before OTB took it back. I, there was a point where you thought that City Ballers was going to win.
You
Tommy,
didn't think that. You never thought that.
you
No,
You
I
did.
never
did.
thought that.
I said it. I had City Ball by 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler, I would drink.
Tommy
I was
came
drinking
over
that day. I
and
have
he made a bet
no
with me
recollection.
that City Ballers was going to
No
win.
recollection. No
It's
recollection
on
what
the
happened that
audio.
day.
Plead the fifth.
Hey, we got you in 4K.
No, I'm not gonna
Can
lie.
we
There
can we
was.
talk about how
Go ahead.
my fault, my fault. No, I was gonna say, can we talk about how NWO showed up on their bye week as a team?
Yeah, man,
No,
I
go ahead.
love
What were
it.
you saying?
I'll mention that too. But yeah, I was gonna say there was definitely a point that I thought City Ballers could win that game, and I think you want to be able to take advantage of a team that's shorthanded and missing a lot of pieces. But uh, they had enough pieces to make it happen because Stuckey had himself a good game. He was knocking down some good shots throughout that game. Terrell, Terrell. He kind of botched a lot of layups, though. I do want to say some positive stuff about him, but he did kind of botch a lot of layups that game, and that's the moments that you want to take advantage of. And I feel like City Ball is just they struggle with taking advantage of situations. A roster that's missing one of its best players in Keith. A roster that's struggling to really get their offense going successfully every single possession, and City Ballers just couldn't put it together long enough. And I think that's the story of their
Man,
whole season. They just can't put it together long enough.
Hey, how you said, Tyler? Everybody needs a CJ on the team.
Exactly,
Type shit.
bro. I mean it. You need like a someone that could just like talk shit and get you back in the game. They had a shit
Yeah.
off. They were just who could shit the most, and it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad, Tyler. I'm sorry I had to watch that Atlanta.
But I mean, shout out to
We
them
play next
though.
week though.
They didn't come. They didn't put it together at the end there, but I mean, I do think they played very good throughout that game, and I'd say that was closer to a City Ballers team that I expect to see when you look at the roster. They have a very good roster. They just don't play very well together, and I think that's probably the closest that I've seen them to actually going out there and playing well together. They just couldn't do it for 4 quarters, and that's their next step. Who knows what they're gonna look like next year though, but. You all right, Tommy, man. Shout out to y'all for showing up on your bye week right before round 2 of the playoffs and being out there squatted up, man. Y'all just kept walking in one after another. Had your little corner secured, posted up, talking your shit, watching, scouting, doing your
Scouting.
shit, man. Um, what did you guys see? You saw the majority of those games. What did you guys see that made you make your decision? And do you want to tell the people here on the podcast who did you decide to select for your second round opponent next week or this week?
CJ called it out, CJ.
H2O. Hey man, we gonna get the water boys out of there, man. We try to be respectful about it, but we gotta get the water boys out of there, bro. We talking spicy,
Damn.
man.
Damn.
Honestly, they the champions, and I feel like if we want to be the champions, there's only one way to go ahead and secure. You know what I'm saying? A good spot. So we just gotta get them out the way. Keith, AJ, no AJ. We just got to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing you see with our team. No matter who shows up, we have that next man up mentality, and we get it done. So we'll be ready Saturday. The Tays, the Camps, the Bubbas, they need to be ready too. But we have a
Yeah,
section
cause
Friday. If y'all want to come hang out, we got a section Friday at Euphoria. Y'all all come hang out.
man,
It's on NWO.
Do y'all
Might
actually?
pop
I
up.
can't tell if that's a
NWO
joke or
three,
not.
Yeah. No, we're serious. We're serious. Come
I
hang
believe
out.
it.
The garage, we got free parking for you in the garage.
NWO three.
OG got you. VIP parking for you. Y'all come hang out, man. We hanging good
Yeah.
Friday.
Shit, man, I haven't been outside in who knows how long. Probably since I had my baby. I've been in dad mode. I might consider it, man. But
I
yeah,
know you
what
might
what what was
consider
the
it.
determining factor? What did you see in OTB that made you feel like? Obviously, you mentioned you want to get out the champions first and make it an easy path to the finals. But from a basketball perspective, matchup wise, what do you see in OTB that you believe gives you the advantage?
I really don't feel like if
Honest,
it was no team. Oh, go ahead, Burger.
no, honestly, man, it's personal with me with Pink, man. Last year, I could have had one of my best seasons ever, and Pink beat me 3 times last year, twice in the regular season, and the same games this year, the Final Four last year. So I got to get that shit out of the way and gonna get that behind me. Once I get that out the way, then I feel like it's clear sailing. Because people don't believe me, but I feel like Count Up can beat Vipers. Might be wrong. I'm willing to put money on it. For some reason, I think we're gonna play Count Up in the championship.
Hey man,
You
it's
want
the
to put
final
money on it?
four. Every team is tough. Every game is tough.
No, I understand that, but listen, bro. If you really watch Count Up, I've seen some when they played us, and they defense and the way they play, it's something different, bro. I think it's gonna be us and Count Up in the championship.
That's a take. I like that. That's a take. I'd love to see that, man. When the season started, Count Up was the team that I wanted to support the most. Obviously, them Volusia boys and me having the Volusia Serpents and all that. It was a team that I wanted to support the most, and they kind of disappointed me at the beginning. But then I'd say, and Coach Berger, you'll probably agree with me because you've mentioned it to me slightly. The addition of Coach Jackson on that team made a huge difference. The moment that Coach
Yeah,
D got added to their bench, they finished the rest of that season with a winning record. Not only did they finish the season overall with a winning record, but the games that Coach D was there, they had a excellent record. They may have lost 2 games, possibly, if not. And I
yeah.
think they definitely have what it takes to beat the Vipers. I don't think I'd put my money on Count Up though. I do think if I got NWO beating OTB, we'll get to that later. But I think I would put my money on Vipers versus NWO in the finals.
No man, I gotta go for my boy Zudo, man.
Yeah, I got
I
Zudo,
fuck with
Vipers.
Zudo. I'm gonna tell
You
you
still
something
got
though.
them.
If
Zudo.
Jalen come out on that shit that I know
Yeah,
Jalen
like
be on, and Jalen get cut Zay off,
or PS5, like
count up got
camera.
the big man's for Liam.
You know,
Everybody cancel each other out. And it's gonna come to the bench. Count up has more players than Vipers when you take out they starting five. If Jalen come on that
thank
shit
you.
that Jalen be on with Bubba, we talking about the water company. He go on and say, you got two big men for Liam. Everybody else gonna span out.
So you're predicting a
But
bad
Zoto
game?
doesn't sit. Zoto's playing 40 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that. Zoldo
Yeah,
never
Zula gonna
never
be a
does sit,
problem.
does he?
Nah,
No.
Zula
No, he
smoke
ain't.
good weed. He not
He
coming
one
out.
of them one.
Yeah, he not coming out.
Yeah, it's crazy. We talked very
But I
highly
mean,
of Zay.
it can happen.
Yeah, we talked very highly
I
of
like kind
Zay
of
at the
look
beginning
too.
of the season, but it's turned out to be Zoldo who has kind of turned the corner and taken possession of that team again. And I did think Zay was going to come out on top as their leading scorer, but at the end of the season, Zoldo really picked it up, and now he ended up being the leading scorer for that team. And he I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad scoring day. I don't know if I can remember him going out there and having a bad scoring day. Like he gets out on that fast break. He's a tough person to beat. Um, I think that starting five. I think you're right, Berger. They are top heavy, but that top heaviness is like really heavy. You know what I mean? Like it's the heaviest it can be. So like it's tough. You could say that they don't have a lot coming off the bench, but man, that starting five is gonna be tough for Count Up to stop. Jalen can't guard everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Gio coming off the bench is nice. Toro coming off the bench is nice. Is
Who's the,
Tyrell still on that team?
who was the first person you said?
Gio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
he nice. Yeah. Yeah.
listen, James, he showed up that first game, that first
Yeah,
round.
James is nice.
Yeah. I'm not saying he can repeat
But he
that.
might not be there. He's going to play on the
Oh
Lambs.
yeah, he is part of that Lambs crew, isn't he? Oh yeah, that's gonna be something. Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what that looks like. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a factor. That's gonna be a factor. Who
the
shows up for
Lambo is
who?
not gonna be there.
Oh shit! If the Lambs got some
Uh
shit going
oh.
on, Liam might not be there.
Uh-oh.
I was thinking he wasn't going to be there because of that.
Yeah, so no Liam.
If
That's
Rod,
it.
AJ, Mello, and Keith are not going to be there, then he's not going to be there for sure.
Uh-oh.
So that means Zudo gonna have to go crazy, or again, that count up seven might go to 14, 15.
Hey, parlays. Who's taking parlays?
Uh-oh.
I'm telling now.
Yeah,
There
low
you
I
key,
still
go.
got Vipers.
low key.
Defensive player of the year just logged in.
The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced. I think it's looking a little good for Count Up. What up, Bo, ladies and gentlemen? That's Bo Paul joining us here at the tail end of the podcast, but we're gonna keep talking as much as we can here. And wrap it up here, maybe in the
Defensive player of the
next.
year. What's up, bud?
What up, bro? Y'all can hear me good?
I can
Yes,
buy that.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, yeah, bro. My bad, bro. I don't know how to work Discord like that.
You good,
All
man?
right.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, let's keep talking about the NWO season, man. Burger, how about you tell us, man? How was the off season for you guys, or for you specifically? How did this team come together, man? Who was the first piece? You know, how did you decide what pieces you were gonna go after? What players you wanted to join on this team? Well, how did that process go for you? How did you assemble NWO this year?
Honestly, AJ said he was gonna come back and play with me again. So I told him if he wanted to run the team, you get comfortable and pick the players you wanted. Tuckman was supposed to be with us last year, and then something happened that didn't work out. So Tommy and AJ was my first two players. We got Bob cleared by some old, whatever. So once Bob was cleared to play, CJ agreed. And from there, we got Sanchez to come back. And CJ and Rod was having a conversation one day. I got a phone call, and it was a no-brainer from there.
Merry Christmas, nigga.
Yeah, appreciate it. Definitely. But we supposed to
How
have
have you
Keith at
two been
first.
playing together?
And Keith said that he didn't want to play with us because he wanted to stick with the Alpha boys. So once it's funny, no bullshit. Keith texted the
Won't he
group
do it?
chat one day, and 24 hours later, CJ called me with the Rod situation. So it was like what was meant to be was meant to be.
Yep.
Amen to that.
So
How
for
long have you, Burger and CJ, how long have you two been like NWO?
CJ started with me in season 3. I brought him, Aaron, and Tez with me. The first season was me, Phil, my cousin Mario, who was terrible. So I met Aaron. Aaron was terrorizing me in the rec league. So no bullshit. We was terrible. We won 4 games my first season. We had Milk. Phil and Milk didn't get along, so they traded Milk to the Vipers. Milk ended up being Defensive Player of the Year that year. That was the year Bud
I got
won 2
robbed.
years back to back.
Milt?
Got robbed
Yeah.
for that.
Milt Thomas?
Man,
Yeah.
listen, man. Milk was on the Vipers with Tommy, AJ, and Rod and won Defensive Player of the Year. But Bud them was
Stepping on
two-time
shit
champions at that time. Yeah, man. That's the year Tommy won MVP.
I
type
got
shit,
Tommy.
type shit.
What? That's
Yeah, so
crazy.
season 3, Aaron,
Bub
I met
was
Aaron
runner
in
up
some
though.
rec
Bub was
leagues,
runner
man.
up
Aaron
right
was giving me
behind.
problems. And I asked Aaron, was he want to play with us? He said, cool. Tapped in with CJ, and we started doing like a little rec league tour. And we kept losing the team win, but I was like, if we only losing the team win in rec leagues, we should be okay in GM5. And got the GM5 and FBA players, Enrique, and all kind of players. So I'm like, man, we still ain't enough. But just the way CJ played, he said he was going to rock with me. And then Tommy was supposed to come, and then me and Bud go way back. And I've been trying to get him to turn corners from Santos, and just like everything was supposed to be just happening how it was supposed to happen. And we said undefeated champions from July. And everybody thought it was bullshit. They laughed at us. By week 6, they was like, well, maybe it's true. But again, manifestation and having people that believe in what you believe in, like with Bob, AJ, Rod, they already champions. So only thing I can make them to stay focused besides saying, oh yeah, y'all gonna win another championship, make it a challenge. How about y'all try to go undefeated? And the more and more I kept telling them that, they bought into it. And they seen how good we were. Even before we had draft picks, we were saying we can go undefeated because we're just going off everybody's original roster. And that's how it went.
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
originally, there was a possibility of it being Marquise instead of Rod. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Within 48 hours,
Woo.
that changed.
That would have been interesting.
Woo.
Let me tell you,
No, it
I'm
wasn't.
glad you got
No
Rod.
disrespect. Hey, listen, what you just said, no disrespect. I don't think we would have had the same kind of chemistry and the same shit working with Ketis. Because AJ, Rod, CJ, Bub, all of them like fuck with each other in real life. And that's what I was telling people. Like, we were talking about shit, nothing to do with basketball on the daily, all throughout the summer, just like on some regular shit conversations. So once we got on the court, it was easy because everybody respected and they talked to each other in real life. But yeah, definitely though, with Ketis, no disrespect, but I don't think our chemistry and the way shit working would have been the same at all.
No, because Rod played really interesting this year. Not to say Ketis is like selfish or anything, but Rod played really unselfish. He kind of locked me in a lot more defensively than I saw him last season. Like he looked for more matchups, and I think that he was willing to share the ball a lot more than the previous.
But you
Like
know
this
what,
is
all
probably
right?
a record low shot attempts for him.
But you know what,
Tell us.
Taylor, though? We preaching defense before anything. Everybody can score 30 points. Who can stop somebody from getting 15? So when you got Bub, AJ, your best players hungry for defense, you want to, like, our goal at the beginning of the season was trying to keep everybody under 60. And the first couple of weeks it worked. And then, people start scoring more points. But as long as you can really, like, stop somebody from scoring, it don't matter because we got 5 people that can score 30. We just got to stop people. And that's the only thing that matters to me.
I like that.
Now, CJ, I got a question for
It's
you.
crazy.
I don't know if you're busy. You look like you got something going on over there. Oh, did he leave?
Yeah. There you go.
I got a question for you, man. Statistically,
Okay.
you've always been a pretty consistent player in the GM5 from what I've seen. Always play your role really well. But I feel like there was a huge jump in regards to your impact. I think statistically you did pretty much what you've always done, and I think that's what Burger likes about you the most. But your impact was very, very noticeable this year. Especially, it was either 2 weeks ago or maybe 3 weeks ago, I forget, where you essentially took over in the fourth quarter and got your team to win when you were missing so many key players. What is it this year that made you so comfortable to go out there and say, I got all these top guys on my team that these GM5 royalties, but I can do it too. What gave you that confidence this season?
Nah, man. You see, last
You're breaking up.
No.
He drunk.
Lose
You
Wi-Fi drunk.
hear me now?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now? Take the meta glasses off, bro.
A little bit, yeah.
Is that really what it
He
is?
came on that bit.
No, he's gone now once you took them off.
Oh, it's frozen now.
You
All right,
good
he back.
now?
He
We
back.
good?
There you go.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
we
better
good,
now.
bro. Go ahead.
We good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Sea Monster. We out here. But nah, man. I was just saying, like last season though, I was just overweight, man. I was out of shape, you know. I got back in shape this season, and plus on top of that, it was like exciting to play with everybody, man. Pretty much with majority of the players, and really was more exciting to play with my boy Roderick. You know, we've been playing together for quite some time, like since middle school and stuff. So it was just exciting, like to be able to just take on the role of like just focus on defense and do whatever's necessary for the team to get the dub. So when everybody was missing, and then they was like, all right, cool, now I get to actually play my game and have my teammates, back and get this battle going, keep this undefeated season going. So
Listen, I
that's
know,
all it is, man. Just kept on grinding. That's all. Just
I,
kept grinding.
I didn't know you had that midi in your game, man. That fourth quarter a couple weeks ago, man, you hit that mid range probably 4 times in a row. I was like, that's not CJ. Who's that? What's going on out
Hey
there, man?
man, I only play basketball one time a week. I play on Saturdays only.
Apparently, that's a trend in the GM5. We've heard other players just saying, like, what the hell's
You
going
in the
on, man?
league.
Y'all don't play anywhere else? But man, shout out to you, man. You had yourself a great season, man. And I know, you've seen it. We've been vouching for you all season long. We definitely enjoyed what you brought to the table for NWO. And I agree with you guys. Every team needs a CJ. That's part of the winning formula for sure. Um, and then, Bob, I had a question for you as well.
Sure, appreciate that.
What's goody, bro?
Um, Obviously, the thing that people recognize you for the most, and the thing that I recognize you for the most is defense. But I don't know if you paid attention to those first few weeks. I used to tell people all the time on the broadcast, it's like, yeah, Bob, he's known for what he does on the defensive end, but you guys would be surprised how well he's able to make a shot, how easily he's able to knock down a difficult shot. I used to tell people that all the time because obviously I have experience with you in the FBA. I've seen you on the Storm, seen you on the Flight. I've seen you bust serpent ass for years now. You know what I mean? So I know you're more than just a
Okay.
defender. So at the end of the day, what is it about you that kind of gives you that drive to go out there and lock in defensively? Because I feel like we beg players to do that all over the basketball community, and players just can never seem to lock in. And NWO just has a great squad of guys that do it. What helps you go out there and lock in on the hardest part of the game, which is playing defense?
What helped me is knowing that I can trust the players that's behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm usually on any defense, 3-2 press. I'm always the top. I'm always the head. So when I know I got help, like real, real help, I just keep it like that. I just go crazy up top because I know I got help. So now I can just lock in, gamble or just be more aggressive. Just kind of be the head because I know I got a good base behind me, man. Like you get past me, you gotta run into Tommy, you gotta run into CJ, you got Rod, you got AJ. Like I know you got people who you just not gonna want to be with. You know what I'm saying? And I can just, recover. It's always about recovery, man. It's about the help side that you got behind you. For me, you know what I'm saying? Like I know if I got good help behind me, then I can play a little harder up top. I don't know if you watch when we play the Crocs, and a lot of people like I be up top, and I know I got my help behind me. Like I just know when I got help, I can play a little harder. If I know I ain't got that much help, you might not see me gamble that much, or you might see me, just kind of go through the flow of defense. But even though it's still gonna be there, it's just like it ain't nothing like NWO though. Like NWO probably my one of my funnest teams after the what we was what my boys, man, Santos, man.
UGK.
UGK.
UGK, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But yeah, UGK, bro. After UGK, when it was me, Mello, and all that. But this like the best thing right here. Like this is it right here. Like this about the most fun I done had and most trust. I know I can trust 7 people coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? 7 people coming behind me, and they all gonna rock out with me. They trust what I'm doing. They don't question what I'm doing. They just they let me follow. They lead, and we just click in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love
That's
it,
really
man.
it. That's really it.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. It shows out there. You know what I mean? You guys do a really good job of always being in sync, always communicating, always being vocal with each other, letting each other know. And we talk about it. Sometimes it may seem rough around the edges. Sometimes it may appear as frustration, but really it's just brothers out there just trying to get on the same page. You know, sometimes that may look like a yelling match, but really you guys do a really good job of walking in. And I'd say NWO is visibly one of the best defensive teams. Like when you watch it, it's like it's suffocating. And shout out to y'all for going out there and putting in that work. Tyler, were you saying something? I feel like I cut you off.
Who,
No, I
who
would
me?
say no.
Oh, nah. But what another thing though, we can talk to each other. You know what I'm saying, without the babysitting. Like if we gotta say something, it's being said. Like CJ, I done had
Like
CJ come
years.
to me. I done had CJ come to me on some, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it together. But if you didn't know what was going on, you would think me and him about to go at it with each other. Tommy sneak his in, you know what I'm saying? Tommy gonna be Tommy. He come in, but he say the same thing. I can talk to him, he can talk to me. AJ, same way, Rod is the same way, Anderson, John Kerry, John Joseph, like it's all us. Like we all accommodate what we saying. Like we don't just take it personally. Like if you getting beat, hey bro, you getting beat, bro. Tighten up, get your ass back. And it ain't no, oh bro, well you doing this. It's all right, bro. Let me get right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the finger back, bro. It's just fixing the mistake because it's just all respect and brotherhood, and that's really what it's
We got
about.
the
A lot
same
of
name
people,
on the jersey.
yeah, it's like a
NWO.
lot of
We all
people
got the
can't
same
handle
name on the jersey, man.
for real,
CJ
bro. A
every
lot of people can't
timeout.
handle being told that, bro. A lot of people can't take, hey, bro, you getting beat. Let's switch. Everybody, no, bro, I got it. No, on our team, come on, I got it. All right, let's go. You got it. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna see if it work. And if it work, it work. If not, then we just gonna switch it up again. Like we ain't gonna sit there and just kind of kill each other mentally, like trying to talk down on each other. We just gonna fix each other's mistakes, bro, and keep it rolling, bro. That's really why we undefeated, bro, because we all make up for what's missing. You know what I'm saying? If somebody missing, the next man step up. Somebody do this, they ain't doing that, the next man step up. It's all about being ready, and we all be ready. For real, for real.
Yeah, I agree with you. I struggled with that this weekend when I was coaching my Vipers team. Sometimes players have trouble listening to feedback. They take it personal and they're not willing to accept that there's something that needs to
Constructive
be fixed.
criticism.
Yeah, they can't take criticism for sure. It's tough sometimes, but it's championship caliber basketball when you guys have a unit that's able to take that feedback in. Um, Tommy, I have a question for you as well. I have a question for everybody, to be honest. So I'm gonna get it out before
I have
we
a
wrap it
question for
up.
Tommy as well.
Uh,
After.
but Tommy, I have a question for you, man. I think I told you, but I'm sure you found out at some point. Somehow, some way, you were not a part of the All Star voting process. You were not
You
a
have a
named.
webcam.
Um,
Okay.
I can't tell
Thank
if
you.
he's
It's
busy.
not an associate, I think.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening.
It's difficult, bro.
Yeah, you weren't a part of the All Star voting process for some odd reason. Obviously, Atleta had your back,
Blasphemy,
and we had to
blasphemy.
squeeze you in there some way or another. What are your thoughts on that, man? Why do you think the league forgot to include Tommy Dennis in the All Star voting?
I don't believe I was forgot. What I was told is because I was suspended, they don't want to reward bad behavior. So I took full. I really wasn't worried about the accolades. I've been the MVP. I've been the All Star. I just want to be a champion. You feel me? That's one thing Bob got. That one thing AJ Rod got. Like, and we was on that Viper team when Bob got us in that championship game, and I still remember it to this day. So I just want a championship. I want to be remembered in GM5. Obviously, what we did at going undefeated is you know what I'm saying. That's tough in the record books, but undefeated champions never been done before, and that's all I want to be a part of history.
Undefeated champs load, you heard me?
Yeah, that's good though.
I have a
It is.
dream.
Being being able to hold yourself accountable. Being able to hold yourself accountable in that situation
Yes,
is definitely
sir.
respectable.
Undefeated champs loading.
Yeah, I think Tommy was right. I
Told
think
you I
that
could
man
have
drunk
drunk.
for real. Go
Got
ahead,
to be,
Tyler. What's
man.
your
Told you.
question?
You got it, so? Well, he kind of answered it. My question was going to be like,
Hey, we gotta
go
say
ahead.
theme music, man. Who the dogs are?
Yeah,
I was saying, you gotta play the theme music.
Does anyone have it? Bring in a boombox next time you guys play. We got a sound set up there.
hey, I
Bring
might
it
have
in.
the stuff for it, man. I might have to do it. Yeah, if y'all come out with the win, man, I'll play it in the background. I might have to do it.
I was
that.
gonna ask Tommy though, but
The
he kind of answered the
I,
question.
I
But I
got
was
I
gonna
got to
ask
pull
him.
a bubble at the half court.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Man did a
What's the question, Tyler?
I was gonna. I mean, you kind of answered, but I was gonna ask you like you were obviously an MVP. We saw you OTB last year. We saw you OJR. Damn near 20 points a game. What made you want to sacrifice? Coming to NWO, knowing that you wouldn't get the touches, knowing that you wouldn't be able to shoot the ball as much.
Honestly, like I play so much basketball throughout the week. I get my 30s and 40s in other leagues. So when it comes to GM5, like I told you, I've been to the championship game. I've been to the highest heights. I just never won. So like I really wanted to just get that over. Like I had a backstory real quick. I had a chance in PSU to go to the championship game and I missed the free throw. And I always told myself if I got a chance again to do it, I'm gonna win that shit. And I went back and I won put up and shut up. So I feel like this is my opportunity again not only get my revenge on OTB, but to actually get a championship.
Your revenge is crazy.
Nah, cause they did me wrong last season, bro. They did me wrong last season.
Tell us about that, man.
Hey,
What they do,
burn the
man?
jersey and all.
All right, thank you, man. Nah, but last season I was on the team, and I guess me and Dede wasn't getting the minute that we deserved. But again, like I wasn't worried we were winning. You see what I'm saying? But we lost the game to I want to say the Enforcers, and that game I had 20 and I did my part, but the team didn't hoop and we didn't win. So then I said my concerns in the group chat, and Bubba was like, okay. And I guess Pink felt some type of way. And then next thing you know, they had a conversation with TP, and it was like, all right, we go release Tommy from OTB. But then the part that I didn't like it, they didn't let nobody else pick me up because they locked me as a six-sec player, and they didn't let me get on no other team. And I was like, bro, that's fucked up. Like, basketball is my therapy. You feel me? And I felt like they tried to take that away from me, try to make me So they ended up having a 2 hour, 3 hour talk with Howard and the committee, and they got me on OJR, and that's why you see I played so hard on OJR last season because I wanted to just show everybody like it's not about winning and losing. Like I just love to play basketball, and I'm gonna compete. So that's really what that was. But yeah, that's why I burned the jersey on Instagram and everything. It was a great time last season.
So what happened after that, man? What was Bubba and Pink's reaction to that, man? Did they ask for any type of compensation?
Oh no, I mean Bubba was
Refund, man.
mad because he said he paid his money. He paid his personal money, so I didn't burn the shorts. I still got the shorts, but I burned the jersey.
Oh
And
god.
yeah, Bubba said he used his actual money that he'd be using to go on trips with, so he was actually mad about that. But other than that, I think they all laughed about it. But personally, it was a joke at first, and then it got serious because they were trying to actually kick me out the league. I don't know why they don't like me and Bub, but we're one of the hardest competing people in the league, and it's like I don't think they like that. I don't think they like
GM5
smoke.
most
They run
hated.
from smoke. Yeah, they run
I'll
from smoke.
always be hated,
Hey,
man.
hey, hey, that's headlines right there. GM5 most hated.
Hey, hey, that could be the
I
motto
enjoy it,
whenever you
bro.
guys win.
I love it, bro. I love it.
But all jokes aside, that letter, we have a goal to complete. Um, in our group chat, we say two more, but on the podcast with you tonight, we're gonna say we have one game Saturday to get the job done and make it to the championship, and then after that, you know what time it is. But
Who do
that's
you
all I
want
have
to
to
play?
say on that.
Specifically, Tommy, who do you want to
NWO,
play? No,
NWO. I don't,
in
I
the
don't, I don't
finals.
see no other team, Tyler.
No. Who do you want to play in the finals?
Yeah, you must not be listening, Tyler. I said I don't see no
I'm
other team,
listening. You're
Tyler.
not answering the question. You're not answering. I'm
It
gonna
doesn't
keep
matter who we
asking.
play,
Hey,
Tyler.
hey, Tommy, you
We're,
want to put on the
we're the
shot
only
right
team
now.
that
He
could.
put on the shot right now.
We're the only team that could beat us, Tyler. So that's who I want to
I'm,
play. NWO.
He said you must
this
not be
man not
listening.
answering. This man's not paying me my money, and he's not answering my question. We gotta get him out of here. He gotta go.
But that is how I want to wrap it up. Though I wanted to ask each and every one of you individually. Don't worry about what Burger told you to say. Don't worry about what y'all be talking about in the group chat. Give me y'all personal opinion. Starting with you, CJ. Who do you want to see in the finals? What's the team you know you're gonna beat? Say it right here, loud and proud.
That boy got on camera.
Yeah, I gotta hear this.
Hey, I want to. I want to see whoever want to be there, man. At the end of the day, I'm excited to play against whoever come my way. Let's go.
Cop
Oh,
out. Cop
God.
out.
This is my revenge.
Bulb, your
This is my
turn.
revenge
Come
season
on,
from
Bulb.
last
Give us a
season.
Dang.
So
give us a
everybody,
good
I got
answer,
smoke with
Bulb.
everybody.
Come
Hey, I got
on.
smoke with everybody because it's my revenge season from last season, man. So everybody got to smoke with me. So shoot,
I
I'm gonna
respect
go ahead
it.
and say
be in here.
I'm gonna go ahead and say mine, man. I'm ready to see them Vipers, bro.
Okay,
I already
okay.
know Vipers gonna run through count up. I hope they do. If not, feel bad for count up, and you know what I'm saying. But
Damn.
yeah, I want to see the Vipers, bro. Like Liam, he say he the best big man in the city. That's like his word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Got Zudo, the one and only left-handed killer. You know what I'm saying? They got the 1v1 man. I don't even know his name. They got a bunch of good people. They got
Zay.
Ed Rice. So they got a good core of people, and these all people that I like playing against. Like they competitors, and I know what it's gonna be. I know the Vipers game gonna be the game of the year. That OTB game that we had with all no, the Vipers versus the NWO will be the game to watch, bro. Like it's that's it. That's gonna be the finale, and that's what everybody been dying to see: a fully loaded Vipers, fully loaded NWO, and that's what it's gonna be. That's just me. That's my opinion. I love Vipers to run through count up, and we'll be seeing them in the championship for some real popcorn thrillers, bro.
I love to hear it,
That
man.
was the best game of the season. I will say that. NWO Vipers was the best game to me.
Burger, you turned
It
on
was
that
close.
camera quick, man, looking at these boys in the eyes and say, "Don't y'all say nothing stupid." All right. So now, give us your take, man. Who do you
Nah,
want to see?
no
Who do you want
good.
to see?
Honestly, it don't matter because we got the goal in mind. But like I say, I feel like count up gonna win. No Liam, they bench is a little different. I got count up by 7.
I said, damn, he said that about
Specific
C4.
number. Damn.
All right,
We
you
don't
heard
know if
it.
Zay's gonna be there. We never know.
Yeah, we never know for
Gee,
real. But you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Different answers from different people on the team, man. But shout out to NWO for finishing the regular season in GM5 season 5 undefeated. They're trying to make history and win a championship with no losses all year round, man. And I wish y'all the best of luck. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting as much as you do, man. Y'all are very vocal with how much y'all support us and how much y'all watch. And I want to let y'all know, man, that I appreciate it so much. I love it. And I'm gonna continue to sing y'all praises because what y'all been doing has been great. And I love every one of y'all players and what you bring to the table, man. So we love y'all for stopping by. We appreciate y'all for showing love. Wish you the best of luck for the rest of these playoffs, man. We'll see you on Saturday.
Appreciate that. And
Hey
I can
man,
say
hey
this,
man, hold
make
on.
sure y'all
Hey,
always hold on, see they make sure y'all always stay unbiased and always pop y'all shit with an unpopular opinion. Shit y'all say, people might not agree with it, but again, it's y'all opinion, this y'all show. So keep doing y'all shit and we're gonna always fuck with it.
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Always. We
facts,
appreciate
man.
y'all,
Shout
man.
out
Go ahead.
Athletic
I
Sports,
wanted to play
man.
part
Like,
legends.
I love the
comment,
chance.
share,
This man said
subscribe,
he
whatever
want
you gotta do, man. Hit that button,
We're gonna
baby.
make that the tagline.
man
CJ
said
saying
Yes,
that.
sir.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, sir. Subscribe,
all right,
like, and
bro. I
comment,
see y'all,
man.
man.
We're
Yeah.
out of here, y'all.
I'm already there.
Deuces.
I'm already locked in.
Hey Nas, wait,
Undefeated
Nas, say
champs
it for me
loading.
before you go. Undefeated champs
Undefeated
loading, say it for
champs.
me, Nas.
Undefeated champs loading, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, all right? Deuces.
On
Yes,
three, one,
Lord.
two,
Deuces.
three.
All right, buddy.